I'm trying to decide if there's so many noises that I can't even record a podcast because I have my 3D printer going. I'm playing my video game. I did have my space heater on, but I turned it off out of respect because I remember what it used to sound like. And then I'm doing laundry, but if you can hear that, then you have some amazing hearing. And I'm going to need you to tell me your secret because I don't have that. So you can kind of hear the printer, but I'm like, if I talk loud enough, or maybe you just block it out. Because I can't close the door to my office because my table is so long that it gets in the way. So I literally can't close it. So it's just like a sound that I hear all the time. And then I guess if you're going to listen today, then you can hear it too. And we can suffer together. And it'll be a wonderful moment, a wonderful bonding moment between me and my listeners and whoever you share it with. We can all remember the podcast where all we heard was a 3D printer printing. Well, I was going to try to use these headphones, but they're dead. So honestly, I have nothing. I have nothing, and that's where we're at, and that's where we're going to be, because we are all, I keep wanting to say self-isolating, but that's wrong. We are all self-distancing, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, self-isolating, if you want to sound like me, because that's, for some reason, I just want to keep saying that. I don't know why. And I have nothing. I'm so bored. Because, like, I work from home anyway, so I'm just here all the time no matter what. But then, like, when my husband comes home, like, we'll at least go out to eat or something, but now you can't even do that. Like, I can't go anywhere. And that drives me insane because, our routine is like, he'll come home, we'll go to the gym, blah, 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 and then none of it can happen. So I'm here. So, like, I've been getting real weird on TikTok. I mean, it's there and it's available, and that's what's happening. I mean, obviously I'm like cleaning, but that's super boring. I've been streaming my video game on YouTube because, I don't really have much going on. My husband's still going to work, which I hate it, but he is considered like the necessity or whatever they're calling them, so he has to still go to work. And so it's just me and the dogs, and they're sleeping, so they're not even entertaining me. Like, I don't even have that. So, like, I've got my 3D printer going to just, like, make some stuff and try to keep my, like, business name out there or whatever, but it's so hard to, like, I have no motivation. People are like, well, you can work out at home. And I'm like, I can't do it. Because I know that I can just turn off whatever I'm doing and just sit down. Like, it's and I know that is ridiculous, but that's what I do. I just turn it off and I sit down and I'm like, well, I worked out for like 3 minutes. That's good enough, right? Like, that's plenty. Those 10 calories I burned are really going to help when I'm eating, a bunch of junk. And my birthday was the other day, and so now I've got, like, cupcakes and stuff at my house. So, those 10 minutes will really just really help out with that and the losing weight. Considering I'm eating like a freaking child. So, yeah, it's going well. But no, they closed our gym, I guess, about a week ago. Something like that. So that, I mean, we saw it coming. Like nothing is open, nothing, which is good. I mean, that's good because then the people that don't want to sit at home, it kind of forces you to stay at home. So then, like, we can all be safe and healthy and wonderful. So that's good. But, yeah, I just don't have any motivation, like, to work out at home. I don't want any part of it. You people that can do it, I think that's so wonderful. Like, I'm in a Facebook group of, like, people that work out at home all the time, and I'm like, I can't, like, you guys are so much better than me. You guys are just so much better than me. I can't do it. Plus, with Benny and Cash, like, if I'm bopping around, they're like, what the hell are you doing, Mom? And then they're trying to bop around with me, and then I'm stepping on them, and it's really just kind of a mess. Like, if we're being honest, it's really just a mess. So, my social distancing is me in the house not working out, but yet still trying to fit into the bathing suit that I bought for when we go on vacation, if that's still going to be a thing. But our vacation isn't until August, so I'm hoping that it's still a thing, but I guess you never really know. So we'll just have to play it by ear, which I feel like is basically just how it's going with everything at the moment. And you know, like I said in my first video, like, I'm just here to, like, hopefully make you guys laugh and have a good time. I know, like, right this second, I'm not being super fun. But, you know, it's what's happening, and I said that when I made my podcast that I was just going to talk about my life, and that's my life. And Benny's dreaming, and his tail is wagging. That was really funny. And I'm losing at my video game. So there's a lot happening. I'm not working out. I'm losing at my video game. My 3D printer is loud. And I keep calling social distancing self-isolation. And I have a lisp from my retainers. So we're killing it, you guys. If you're listening, we are killing it. We are basically, I don't even know. I can't even think of anything. Killing it. We're just killing it. That's all we're doing. We're killing it, and we're killing it, and we're killing it. And my video game is killing me, so. Killing it. Okay, so now to the point of this episode. If you are social distancing like me, self-isolating, quarantining, whatever you want to call it, there are things for you to do to not go crazy like me. You know, like, you can do things, there's stuff that you can do at home to not feel like you are, you know, sitting there watching the clock tick by, because sometimes that's just how it feels. And, you know, sometimes there are just days that's what it's like. And it doesn't matter if you're, you know, we were social distancing or not. Some days that you're just like, is this day the longest day in the history of days? But there are some good things to do, and we're going to talk about them, and maybe I'll do some, maybe not. It'll be a mystery to us all. But so I found this website. It is redbridge.gov.uk/coronavirus/21 things to do while social distancing. And in between each word, there's a hyphen. But I wasn't going to say it like that because that would have taken a really long time. So their number one thing to do is gardening. And we don't have a garden, but I know a lot of people that do have gardens. And since it's starting to get really nice outside, this would be a good time to do it because you're not going anywhere. So you can't be like, oh, well, I have to go do blah, 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 because now you don't have that excuse because you can't leave the house. So you can garden, you can get your weeds done, you can, you know, plant some stuff, whatever you want to do. Because you could make your yard, you could win yard of the month, you know, if your town does that. I think ours still does, but I'm not really for sure. But if it is a thing, you can win yard of the month. And then, okay, see, number 2, workout. And we already know, I said, I'm not good at that, but I'll probably do like some yoga or something. I gotta move. My Apple Watch is like, are you alive? And I'm like, you know what? Like earlier, it's like, you need to stand. And I was like, no, You need to stand. Apple Watch. Sorry, I have to plug in my computer. It's on 7%, and then we would have never gotten the rest of the list. Okay, I'm going to drop it. I know it, but what can you do? Number 3, read a book. There's so many books, man. And then I think, like, I don't know how true this is, so don't hold me to it, but I want to say, like, Kindle and stuff like that is doing, like, free reading material, free books, I don't know, but I think that's a thing, so maybe you can check it out. Okay, see, number 4 is exercise. I feel like that's the same thing as workout, right? Okay, so we're just going to skip that. Number 5 is challenge your brain. It says you can do things like crossword puzzles, word searches, code words. I don't know what that is. Chess, Sudoku, I don't know how to say it. Jigsaw puzzles. There's those games that you can download on your phone that are like brain games. There's a show on Netflix. Well, it used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but it was called Brain Games. So you can keep your mind, healthy while you're sitting in the house trying not to go insane, because that's just something we really all need to do in general. I like crossword puzzles, though. I did used to have an app, and it was like a crossword puzzle app, and I think maybe it was just called Crossword. I don't know. But it was a good one, and they had like a new puzzle every day, and then you could go back and like do the puzzles from the previous days that you've missed. So that's a good one. Crossword puzzle, that's a good one. And it's so convenient now that you can do it on your phone or your tablet or even your computer. That way you just always have access to it. So you need to check that out. Keep your brain going. Keep it going. Number 6 is support local businesses online. So, for example, me. For example, my business, which I guess if you're listening to my podcast, you're already helping me out. But like, I have an Etsy shop. I'm still working. I'm still putting my stuff out there, putting my business out there, trying to get, views, or like, because even my views have went really down. It's crazy to see. Like, it's like people don't even want to look because then they'll be tempted to buy or something. So, even if you just want to go look at people's shops just to give them the traction, you don't even have to buy anything. That really helps too. And I know I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else would appreciate it. So that's actually a really good one. And then you can, like, especially in your town, like our favorite restaurant is only doing carry out. So you can at least like order from them, like do stuff like that. That way you're supporting them like in real life as well, because we don't want them to close. It's my favorite place, and I know it's got to be really hard and really boring sitting there all day waiting on people to order. So we do that, and we're going to keep doing that because we love them. And I know what it's like. I need it. You got to support everybody that you can. Number 7 is meditate, which I would do. I would say meditate or yoga. I'm not a big meditator. Sometimes it's nice, but my brain just takes over and I can't really do it. But if you're good at meditating, now's the time. Now's the time to do it, because you are home. You probably have silence if you're like me and you're home alone. Unless you have dogs, because they're not really silent all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes they are quiet. Okay, and see, number 8, hang out with your pet. And I do that every freaking day, except they're sleeping. And I'll be like, you go get your toy. And he's like, or I can take a nap. And then they do that. And then they stare out the window. And I always tell them that they're doing neighborhood watch. So sometimes hanging out with your pet, they don't want to do it. So it's up to you and them, I guess. My freaking phone locked. I'm like, are we still recording? Okay. oh my gosh, and see, I'm just like recording and I'm blowing up my generator on this game that I play. And I'm just multitasking. I shouldn't be doing it, but we're doing it. And now we're on to number 9. And that one is write letters, which I actually just downloaded an app on my phone. I have an iPhone. I don't know if it's on Android. But it was called Ink Cards or something like that. I think that's what it was. Ink, like INK. And you could send a card for free during this time. And so I sent one to one of my friend's daughters. And I just put a picture of our dogs on it. And I was like, hey, girl. You know, just something cute like that. I know there are a bunch of places that have said that you can maybe send cards for free or only pay shipping or whatever. So that's something you could do instead of writing letters, because like my handwriting is terrible and people wouldn't be able to read it. But you can do cool stuff like that. That way it feels like you're still keeping up with people even though you're alone. And it's super fun. Number 10, explore museums online. There's a bunch of places, even like zoos and stuff, that have like online things. You can watch videos of the penguins, or you can look at, you know, art. I don't know. I haven't seen one about a museum, but I know that that's possible, and that'd be something fun. And then you can, you know, you can look at, I'd say the Mona Lisa, but probably not. But I'm just going to use it as an example. And you can look at it in your pajamas. So you don't even have to get up for it. Unless you're working out, I guess. You can work out and explore a museum at the same time. It says, work on your cooking skills. I'm not going to do that. But if you like to cook, you can. I've seen people like on my Facebook that have been, they're baking like bread and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, man, I want to come to your house. But there are a bunch of people that are doing that. My grandma, she's even doing stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, when we're done social distancing, can I have some of that food? She's like, no, I'm just kidding. She'll probably give me some if I really want it. All right, number 12 says spring clean your home, which I keep telling myself I need to do, and then I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. I know, I'm just going to have to do it, especially because now I'm home, so what else am I doing? Might as well just spring clean and get it over with, but I'm just going to need somebody to bring me a dumpster because we have a lot of crap, and it all needs to go because I'm tired of looking at it, but I'm just going to have to break down and do it. Number 13, catch up on podcasts. You can check that off your list because, look, you're already doing it. So, you're welcome. I'm helping you catch up and do things on your list. Let's see. Number 14, find a good series on Netflix, which I can help you with that because I love me some Netflix. I could go on all day about all my favorite Netflix shows, but I won't. But if you want some recommendations, shoot me an email at youmeandbenny@gmail.com and I will hook you up because I love freaking Netflix. We watch so much Netflix. It hurts. And people be like, I need recommendations. I'm like, I got this. Here you go. Let me tell you every little thing I know. Let's see. Number 15, virtual meetups. So you can like Skype your friends, FaceTime your friends. There's that Zoom thing, whatever that is. I don't really know. But I guess that works. Actually, you know what? Now that I say that, I saw my friend and his friends were like FaceTiming their normal game night. And so that's pretty cool. And that's a way to like keep your life, but you don't have to be right next to them. So that's a good one. That's a good idea. Number 16 says get crafty. So, you know, like I'm still 3D printing stuff to like add stuff to my shop. You can, like literally the first thing that came to my mind was knit a blanket, but like I don't even know how to knit a blanket, but you can if you know how. Or you can just make, origami or like draw a picture or take a picture or paint or, whatever else you want to do. You don't have to just go straight to knitting things. just go straight for the blanket. Just go big or go home. Number 17, host a virtual jam session. So, I guess have a concert with your friends over FaceTime. Nobody wants me to be a part of that because I can't play any music and I can't sing. So, I'll skip out on number 17. Number 18, get competitive with board games. My husband doesn't like to play games with me because I get so mad. But it may come down to that. We're just going to have to see. And actually I downloaded Clue on our Switch, and I freaking love Clue. So I'm going to have to talk him into playing with me because Clue is just the best. And you don't really have to even do anything. And I love Clue. And I'm going to make him play. And that's just the way it is. And I almost started singing, but I'm not going to. Number 19, it says coloring. And if you don't have coloring books, you can, just like with our crossword puzzles, there's apps where you can download little coloring books on your phone, because I even have one. So, and that passes the time, and that kind of like, I think it's kind of relaxing. So I think that just overall would probably be really good, because if you're going stir crazy, that can help you relax. Number 20, start a step challenge. So get those 10,000 steps. Unlike me, let's see what mine says. I probably haven't even taken 1,000 steps today. Oh, I have. I've taken 1,380. So I haven't walked a mile, but at least I broke 1,000 at 2:40 in the afternoon. Oh, God help. And number 21, create a daily schedule. So, like, if you would like to make lists, this is really good for you. And then you can be like, oh, I have to mark all my things off my list. Number 1, listen to You, Me, and Benny podcast. And then you can do, you can knock, whatever the podcast one off at the same time as you're cleaning, because you can listen while you're cleaning. And so that's 2 things off your list. Ugh, I'm so helpful, right? I'm just so helpful that you're probably listening and you're like, oh my gosh, she's so helpful. And I'm like, you're welcome. Oh, see? Whatever day this is, I'm losing it, you guys. I'm losing it. But I guess it's fine. It's natural. I'm just going to, play my game and yell at people. That's the way to take my aggression out. And do laundry. I already emptied the dishwasher, so I already did that. And then I pester my dogs, make them play with me, and do everything on this list. There's extra stuff too, like the museum one. I saw that there's a place where you can virtually ride some Disney rides too. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do. But Googling will help you find ideas if you don't have any, because I know that sometimes you can just get kind of overwhelmed just sitting here and you're like, there's nothing, but there are a ton of things that we can be doing, myself included, because I do know that I need to get my butt up and move. I'll probably start that tomorrow, but I'm going to do it. I promise. And I'll come back next week and be like, you're never going to believe how active I was last week. And then you'll probably be like, I really don't believe you, but I promise I'm going to. I promise. If I'm making a promise to my podcasters, then I'm going to do it, okay? I'm just going to pretend like you're like, okay. So, yeah. Now that I've jibber-jabbered and talked your face off and hopefully helped you just a little bit, and hopefully made you laugh or smile or, something good, I'm going to hop off here and go try to do something that's not sitting down. So I hope you are having a wonderful quarantine, which I know sounds crazy, but I don't want you to feel like you're going crazy. If you ever need anything, find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever else I'm probably forgetting. And you can email us at youmeandbenny@gmail.com. And we'll help and we'll chit-chat and we'll whatever you got. So have a good whatever time of the day and or night. And we will bark at you later. Bye.